Alright guys, welcome back to Buffering Syndrome. I'm Eric, DJ. So we've come to realize we're always sort of late to the party. It's kind of embarrassing, but it might actually work in this case. It's September now. Hopefully that's when this video gets uploaded. But we realized with San Diego Comic-Con being in July, New York's coming up in October, we're going to talk about the in-between without actually talking about the in-between. We're going to talk about Comic-Con 2 months late, so screw it. Particularly, there were 4 film trailers or teasers, the one went out of it, a full trailer, that came to mind, and we're going to take 4 sections and talk about each of those and the excitement we have for each film. However, I can't remember what those movies were. Can you help me?
Well, it's a good thing I'm here. So those 4 movies we're going to take a look at are the new Godzilla, Fantastic Beasts, Crimes of Grindelwald, and the upcoming 2 DC movies, Shazam and Aquaman.
Like he said, thank God he's here. Anyway, I don't know which one we're doing first, but let's get started.
What's up guys, Dan here. So I'm going to be talking about the new Fantastic Beasts movie, The Crimes of Grindelwald, which is a sequel to 2016's Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. So this is the second installment of the Fantastic Beasts series. I think it's going to be a total of 4 or 5 movies, so either way we still got a few more to look forward to. And the series in a whole is basically a prequel to the Harry Potter story. Everyone knows Harry Potter, you know, the 7 books, the 8 movies. We kind of grew up with those, Eric and I. And I've only recently started dabbling into the books, but I've seen the movies more times than I can count. I've even seen the first Fantastic Beasts a few times. And they're all great. So with Fantastic Beasts, Crimes of Grindelwald, this one appears to be much more action-oriented. Not so much focusing on finding the mythical creatures that Newt was studying in the first one, but more so on the Dark Wizard Grindelwald, which Dumbledore is famous for defeating, so I guess we'll see how that goes down. So in this one you got the original cast returning, plus some new stars like Zoe Kravitz is in there, Callum Turner, and of course Jude Law playing young Dumbledore. And Johnny Depp is Grindelwald. I know a lot of people are kind of torn on that. Why couldn't they keep Colin Farrell? Why'd they have to change him into Johnny Depp? I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of indifferent one way or the other. I think it's perfectly fine. I'm looking forward to the movie. Yeah. That's pretty much it.
Alright guys, so just saw DJ's spiel on Fantastic Beasts 2, so I'm going to transition to a movie due out September 21st, and that would be Aquaman. Now, I'm wearing this shirt for mostly obvious reasons. The DC Extended Universe has been an absolute dud so far, with the exception of the Wonder Woman solo film. I mean, Batman vs. Superman was a mess, Suicide Squad was a darker mess, Wonder Woman was brilliant, as we mentioned in the previous video, and, you know, there's just chaos everywhere within it, and we'll get into more details maybe in another video. And then Justice League was not what anyone really wanted it to be. So now we have the Aquaman solo film to work with. Now that hero has never been one that has struck me as overly important, a little bit too campy. However, this iteration in appearance seems pretty cool. You got Jason Momoa, big fan, you know, Game of Thrones star, so that's cool. I guess it is, I'm trying to still be hyped for a DC movie, knowing that universe is kind of a train wreck and hit a fucking wall. So I don't know what their plan is long run. But the hope I have is James Wan, director of Aquaman, you know, best known for, like, you know, Saw, the Conjuring films. He did one of the Fast and Furious movies. I cannot remember which one. 6, 7, I'm not sure, but one of those in there. So good track record. And the trailer looks pretty spectacular. You know, you're seeing him raised on land and then having to deal with going back home to fight his half brother for control of the kingdom at the same time. There's war going on, or war is approaching from the sea to land, and there's a lot of variables in play. Hopefully it's not a muddled mess like everything else DC has put out. I enter it with cautious optimism. I'm looking forward to it. Maybe it's another glimmer of hope like the Wonder Woman film. However, I would not be shocked if I was disappointed again. Hopefully I'm wrong and when we go see this, but we have that to look forward to in December, so that is movie 2 of our 4. And coming up next, we're sticking with DC, and that would be Shazam. So let's do that. Alright, keeping our DC theme. Alright, no. DC! We're not going to do that dramatic. Shazam. I think it's assuming the DC Extended Universe doesn't fully, cliff dive, which they're on the verge of doing it.
They lost Superman.
This looks like a turn where they're not going to take themselves as seriously. Not going to be as dark. It looks like a Christmas movie. And I think there's a comedic presence in this that, I kind of like that this movie doesn't look to be serious and small scale. Not to say it's the equivalent of Ant-Man, but I think that's as close as they're going to get. I'm excited in a way that I feel like there's no tension. It's just going to be a fun ride. And to be honest, it's a character I'm not too familiar with. What's his name?
Zachary Levi.
Yeah, Zachary
Switching
Levi.
from the MCU to the DCEU.
I drew a blank on his name. Fan of the casting, I like it, and the trailer was just a fun ride. You have, was it Eddie from It?
Yeah,
the foster brother. Yeah, it just looks lower stakes, slightly holiday themed, and the whole boy trapped in a man's body sort of aspect. So I think it's nice because Justice League dark, Batman vs Superman dark. Yeah, Wonder Woman had its light, but it was in a really dark themed with Ares and World War I. And even Aquaman with the whole war under the sea and coming to the planet, it's dark. So it's a nice twist prior to the Flash, assuming that ever does fully come through. Yeah, DJ, any thoughts on that?
I mean, I'm really interested to see how this turns out. Because, like Shazam, he's one of the older DC characters, but he's kind of under the radar. Like, most people think Justice League, they think Superman, Batman, Aquaman, The Flash, You got that main group that everyone knows. People don't really think Shazam. And
yeah, I even think, obviously, Wonder Woman Cyborg even comes to mind before, which is the core team, but you saw in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the Avengers, even though the core Avengers team hasn't necessarily said, hey, you're an Avenger, with the exception of Spider-Man in Infinity War, where he said, hey, you're an Avenger now. And I guess there was Falcon and stuff like that, but the team itself, other characters have come in, so I think DC can take a page out of that book and just bring in other characters, not necessarily, hey, you don't need to grab him in the movie at the end and be like, you're part of the league. No, just know that he's there and work on building. Again, they're doing their movies backwards with the team ensemble, breaking off. It's a wreck. But, again, perhaps, like I said, this can take it in a slightly new direction. As he mentioned, there's now Superman questions. Cavill's gone.
yeah, Cavill's gone. Affleck's no longer.
There's Batman questions with Matt Reeves, Batman there. And doubling back on the Superman thing, we're not even sure if they're going to recast Superman. I heard they're looking in the direction to make Supergirl the sort of focal point of the team moving forward. I don't think that sells as well. No knock on that character, but you've established something in previous movies, and to just not have that.
I'm wondering if they were to do that, would they bring the Supergirl from TV into the movies, or how?
Ideally, that would make sense, but then I don't see how she can go back to being on the TV show.
Yeah.
I feel like once they pull her, that show ends. And now I feel like we're starting to digress a little bit here. Let's,
Fun fact about Shazam, his original name was Captain Marvel.
Yes.
There was some fallout with the company and the writers and all. I don't remember the whole story, but then of course Marvel came along with their character, and then there was a whole.
Speaking of Marvel characters, and I'm sure we'll do a video on this, the Captain Marvel trailer just dropped today, and it's due out my birthday weekend. So yeah, it's gonna come up in conversation. You just need to know that. But finishing up, Shazam, I think due out in April, I believe. Rating's not in it, but I expect PG-13. I don't see why they
probably
different from that. It's not going to be so far crude humor that it would be R, and why make it PG? It defeats the purpose. So that's our third film that we're pumped for, that we saw the trailer for at Comic-Con San Diego. And that leaves the fourth one. Any guesses? We're not syncing up our looks. Godzilla. Let's do it.
What's up? How you doing? It's Greg. At the end of this video, I'm here to talk about Godzilla. The new Godzilla that's coming out. Shit. What's the fucking name of the movie? Godzilla. I want to say The Fallen Kingdom. That ain't it.
That's Jurassic World. King of the Monsters.
I'm here to talk about Godzilla, King of the Monsters. And that trailer that we saw, it's coming out, and the movie's going to be coming out in 2019, right? Help me with the girl's name. Girl's name?
Millie Bobby
Brown. 11.
11. Trust start over.
No, we're keeping all of this.
Okay, alright.
That girl from Stranger Things.
Lily Bobby 11.
Millie.
Sure.
Millie.
That one.
Apologies. Fucking name.
Butchered it. Anyway, she looks great in it. Something I think the only other thing I've seen her is in Stranger Things, and she's amazing in that. So, I'm sure she'll do amazing. Anyway, let's talk about monsters, because that's what I'm really there for. It's just something about giant monsters fighting each other. Just gets my blood pumping. So there's Godzilla, obviously. Then there's three other monsters. Mothra, who I thought was originally in the first one, right? But that's not Mothra. That's, what do they call it? Muto, which stands for Muto?
Something. It's an acronym for something.
Yeah, for like massive unidentified terrestrial animal. Whatever. Then there's, I wrote all the names down. Rodan, which is basically a giant pterodactyl, which looks awesome. I like pterodactyls. Mothra, of course, which actually looks like a moth. Pretty cool. Like when his fucking wings open up and shit. They're like glow in the dark, kind of. Then I think the main bad villain monster. I don't think all of these are gonna fight Godzilla. Is King Go. I'm gonna butcher it. King Ghidorah.
Dora the Explorer.
King Ghidorah. Yeah, that's the three-headed one. And I think that's going to be because the ominous shot in the trailer where the three heads are behind the clouds and you see the shadow, you don't actually see him. That's just, you know he's going to be the bad dude. So, yeah, man. Can't wait. Why don't you join me, fella?
Oh, you moved way too far over. Anywho, before I kill him. I think that's all we got. Kid, you want to come in and...
Kid. He's not a
Let's
kid.
get you in the shot there, buddy.
Is that really not in the shot? This is
We're
amateur hour.
half in the shot.
This is amateur hour in our last video.
Amateur hour.
But that's okay. We have this
I
figured
think
out.
this is how we should always be.
Yeah, we're going to just speak in unison from here on out.
Really awkward.
This is really awkward. Anyway, we're going to end the video on this really awkward note. That's my head. And got some other things coming out. I have a special BS breakdown coming out for October featuring one of my favorite horror movies of all time. And possibly a new filming location, and you'll see some of that next time. So thanks for watching. Hope you're pumped about these 4 films. And are we going to put our Twitter handles and Facebook link on about it?
Yeah.
All right. You can
Connect
find
with us on
about
social media.
there.
Yeah, check us out.
And thanks for watching.
Yeah.
Carry me. Oh, that doesn't work. That doesn't work.
Let's do it. Yeah. Are we doing it?
The video for that whole part's getting cut.